Villagers in a southern Chinese town got a rude awakening when brigades of paramilitary police descended on their narrow streets and began detaining community leaders. The raid was designed to shut down village dissenters who organized a fishermen's strike after their democratically elected village chief was sentenced to 3 years in jail for taking bribes last week. But the village of Wukan is no stranger to fights with the government. For years, villagers there have been fighting the sale of community land by local government officials who pocketed the proceeds. When their struggle hit international headlines in 2011, the government backed off and allowed villagers to democratically elect their own leaders. Wukan's loss of collective land into the hands of developers and corrupt local leaders was not in any way unusual, but its experiment with elections was unique in China. When the government appeared to concede to the villagers' demand 4 years ago, protest leader Lin Zulian was optimistic.
这对于下来开通官方和村民解决各种问题又开通了渠道。
Mr. Lin was elected village chief a few months later. Those were heady times. He promised to track down the missing revenues from collective land that had already been expropriated. But the optimism was misplaced. Wukan was not the beachhead for village democracy to spread across China, as many observers had hoped. Mr. Lin was arrested this summer after he announced plans to start a new round of protests over the revenues that are still missing from Wukan's land sales. Wukan's experiment in democracy may be over, but across China, the rush to trade in rural land for development riches is replicating itself in thousands of villages. Lucy Hornby, Financial Times, Beijing.
China has reached an inflection point. The seemingly limitless wave of cheap labor that helped propel the extraordinary boom in its economy since the early 1980s is coming to an end.